What's up, party
Yo,
people?
what's up, Fish fam? It's your boy Ozzy Smith, along with my main man.
Rob 93.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You know,
What up,
it's been a rough week for me, man. I had a lot going on, and
everybody?
earlier today, I came and sat in my fish room, and it was just total serenity. Total serenity. Have you had one of those days?
So from start to finish, I get from the house. I see a
Uh huh.
tank. I stop and see the tank. I'm done being mad for the rest of the day.
Absolutely. Who do you visit first, Draco?
No, the 75-gallon outside. It's at the front. It's the very first tank I get up there.
Oh, that's sweet. So you could just walk right in your house and pretty
Oh,
much
yeah,
boom. Now, did you strategically put it there? Or?
yeah, because it's the biggest tank. It's the display tank. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, that's for sure.
Nice, nice, very nice.
So we got a lot of people up in here. What up? What up, party
Yeah,
people?
we got
We do have a special guest. We do not want to hold their time because they are
yes,
very
we
important.
do.
They do. They have their own schedule as well because they do a live stream and a video as well on a regular basis. Just started in the YouTube community. Came back from fish keeping.
Hmm.
23 years of fish keeping. So let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to Lefty.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Candy.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Lefty?
going pretty good here. You guys,
Yo, welcome to the hot seat, my man. You know, we're definitely excited to have you on the show.
excited to be here.
Nice, nice. Hey, Rob, I actually got a question for you. Like, what made you want to ask Lefty? Because he's been like elusive. He's very elusive. You know?
Well, I was thinking we haven't had a person that was so new but made a
Right.
splash.
Pun intended.
Loved it. Good one. But Lefty made a splash.
Yeah, he did. I think so.
So I think
You
that's
know,
why we had to put him on the hot seat to see if that splash
it might. It might.
I'm on fire.
Yeah, first time. Let me see, and I want everybody to participate in the chat too. What live stream were you in when you first met Lefty? Like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say it was KG Tropicals when I first met Lefty.
Yep. That's where
Was
it
that
was.
for you too?
That's where it was.
Nice, nice,
Yep, you're
very
right.
nice.
You're very right.
You know, and that's speaking of Rob saying that you're new and you're making a splash, I think your name alone made a splash. I mean, Lefty 3213A. That's like, is that like your cell phone password,
That's all I'm about to
or
say.
is that
I hope it's not.
your America Online name or something?
You might need to change your
It
VPN.
actually is my American online name.
Get out of here!
It's
Are you
my
serious?
aim from when I was 4.
Wowzer. Hold on. So you've been in fish keeping for a very long time.
Wow.
Yeah,
How old are you, if I may
28.
ask? Excuse me?
How
28.
28. Okay.
28. Holy crap! I'm 11 years older than you. Jesus.
You're still younger than my sister. She's 15 years older.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes me feel a little better, I guess.
Good job. Good job.
Word.
Love
That
it.
is, yo, that's, I gotta say that AOL, holy crap. I gotta say back my name was Fuego para ti 2281. That was my AOL, and it Fuego para ti means fire for you in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, and wow, you're bringing it back with that one, dude.
Yeah, that's when we used to have
Wow.
to pay for our AOL and internet and emails. Good
Yeah,
old dial-up.
yeah.
Are y'all having an old person moment right now?
Yes, we
Hey,
are.
I just freshly turned 27. I remember pagers.
Oh,
That's what you used
pagers. Oh yeah.
I had one.
No, back then you went
When
into
when
the,
you were -3.
It was like the tail end. That's when only doctors had them.
Yeah, I know. These days, only doctor has them, right?
this is a good old day for you walk into the grocery store and they had the free trial discs at the checkout.
Yeah, dude. Yo, you know what kind of pager I had before the Sky Pagers came out? Do you remember the big black ones?
All the big
They were
bulky
like the
ones.
first, yeah, the bulky
Yeah.
ones. I had one of those. And then I remember Verizon, they had when Verizon first was like, coming around. I remember it was in the mall. I got it from our local Henrietta Mall, and it was a Sky Pager, which I thought it was cool because you can check out the NFL like sports scores and everything on it. You remember that?
I do not.
Oh Lord, yo, like straight up, like that's technology. I gotta say, technology within the last 20 years, like it changed so much
It's
within the
insane
last
how
20
much it's
years.
changed,
Amazingly. Even in the fish keeping, so much has changed in 20 years. You have so much, so many new breeds. You have
New
so
food.
much food, filters, you name it. Even tank quality. Like your tanks, like I know the older tanks used to leak a lot. Like I heard a lot of tanks used to leak. The seals weren't that great.
Yeah,
back then.
I've got an old 5-gallon from the 80s, and I'm surprised the silicone is still holding.
Wow, really?
Wowzers.
The housing
Wow.
for the light melted on me, but the tank is still fine.
Right, for sure. Oh wow, that's off the chain. That's crazy, bro. And one thing that I know, one tank that you have in particular is you got a beta sorority tank.
I had one.
That was my question.
Oh, you
Dang,
had that
I gotta-
question too.
Count that out.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I-
I'm sorry.
No, you're good,
have
bro.
a
You're good.
sorority.
Well, and so tell us what inspired you to have one, and what happened afterwards.
Well, I'd never been into beta fish before, like 8 months ago or 9 months ago now. And then I just my mom was like, I want a new beta. So I went to PetSmart to get her one. And then I ended up getting one. And then I ended up getting like 12.
Oh, Lord.
And then I was like, I would love to be able to keep these in a tank together. So I just went to Google and started Googling betas in the same tank. And that's when I landed on sororities. So I read a bunch of articles on that. I watched Lisa's over at KG Tropicals video on them.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I knew I wanted to get an African cichlid tank at some point. So I figured I knew those were aggressive tanks. So why don't I start with something a little cheaper and easier and just do a sorority tank first and see if I can handle aggressive fish tendencies.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool, man. I think, that sounds like a fair move. And
no, you can't pass that. Wait a minute. That's not fair.
What happened?
You understand that you have two horrible situations in any point in time, right? You got African cichlids here, okay? And then you have female betas, okay? I've heard horrible stories. Horrible. Let me emphasize that a little bit more. So you went with the beta one? I mean, it's a little safe. I mean, because I want to try it since that was my question again. That's like I said. Dang it. So you chose those two hard situations with the betas. Like,
yes.
Like you can't say that's fair. That's a hard decision anyway.
I mean, I have the African cichlid tank now too. So.
Oh, and then you went for the okay. So that's a question.
Well, I mean, the beta tank worked out fine. So I was like, you know what? Let's just dive into the African cichlid tank.
Well, I mean, now you're prepped for it. I see, right?
Bro, He went from 0 to 100 quick, bro.
I mean, I'd love
You
to have
can't
it.
pass that up.
No, there should be a discus tank behind me, but I haven't gotten my darn stimulus check yet.
Hey, welcome to the party, bro.
Yo, that is amazing how you said, all right, I got two situations here. One could end good, one came back. One is at least with smaller fish. I can see it that way.
Amen.
And less, like you said, less expensive that
Mhm.
way too. So good on you. I like that.
What happened?
We gotta dive. We gotta nitpick this dude, man. Come on,
Mhm.
hot seat, dude. You can't
Yo,
say
Rob,
all
we
that
got
here.
we
That's
got
not
to do
fair.
some detective work on this one.
Yep. Yes,
So-
sir. Yes, sir.
So what happened with the sorority tank?
Well, it wasn't an aggression problem.
Oh, right, right.
Because I would keep a close eye on them all the time, and I never noticed any nipped fins or anything. What ended up happening was they all got some form of dropsy,
Oh,
and
no.
now they all came from the same breeder, same batch of females. So they were all from the same spawn. So they would all get super lethargic. They would lay on the bottom of the tank, and then like a week later, they'd be swimming around being fine. But then around like day 10 or 12, they would start pine coning, and then they would just die a couple days later. And it slowly but surely over the course of like a month or two, I just lost all 8 of them.
Oh, wow.
So I'm kind of convinced it was something genetic from when they were bred, because I treated the tank for parasites and bacterial infections. The tetras in the tank and the raspboras in the tank are fine. So
Okay.
I'm convinced
Right.
it might have been some type of genetic
Yeah,
defect.
it could have been that. What did you use for what medicines did you use?
I used the ones the co-op sell, some Myrcin and Para Cleanse or something.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
You don't
I
gotta be
know. Well, depending on the infection, I know. Let me take a look at one of these
Are
things.
you
I know.
flexing those twigs? Joe, you ain't got nothing.
Yo,
Joe, you ain't got
Furon 2. You ever use Furon 2?
I have not. But
It's
yeah,
really good stuff.
I just use these two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are really good too. Depending on if it's an aggressive infection, I've had bacterial infection with my guppies before, and I use Furon 2 and C-Chem Canaplex.
Okay.
You know, those I'm standing by it, man. Those are some good medicines right there that get
He said, "I'm gonna stand by it."
you know, you do things the right way, it'll get rid of anything. You know what I mean? Rob, you've been in that situation before, right, Rob?
What's up, G?
Where
Oh,
you had like you had
So look, I see what you're saying. I just do salt and water changes and see what I can do, because I don't want to stress any more than what I can with the medicine. I just heard salt, do what you can do. If you can't, just it wasn't, you know. I'm
so
not.
You do the old school approach to it.
I try, but if it's too far, I mean, depending on how far it is, you're like, I don't want it to struggle, but I am going to try to do something.
Yeah.
It's not the bad thing to go. You know what I mean? Just doing it that way. And then it's not the way you can say, oh, it's inhumane. No, you're still trying. It's just you're not sitting there letting it suffer.
Right. You know, and that's one thing about this hobby, man, that can throw you a curve. Like one thing I've learned, and I'm like a year and a half in myself, is that anything can happen on any given time, even if you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing.
Yes,
and
sir.
And it could get pricey, man. You know, it really can. You know, and you gotta shop. I mean, I do. I'm speaking for myself. Is that I go shop around and make sure that I'm getting the bang for my buck. You know what I mean?
Word.
And you ever been in that type of situation where your money was tight and you had to
don't listen to that, Lefty. I got a question. Don't listen to Lefty. I got a question.
Go ahead, Rob. What's your question? He's got a sheet. He came prepared today, bro.
I did. Dang it. I was prepared. I said this is going to be fire. You called it. I told you I got the sheet here, okay?
Word.
You like DIY projects, I see.
Yeah.
Tell me a DIY project that you're looking forward to in the future?
Oh,
That's a good question. Right there.
well, I'm in talks with the parental units to let them give me an actual shelf in the basement for a breeding setup. So an auto water change system would definitely be a DIY on that.
That sounds
Um,
interesting.
I just
That sounds legit.
yesterday actually set up a betta barracks downstairs for
Nice.
some bettas. So that was a
That's
DIY
dope.
project I just finished that I was looking forward to, but that's now set up and done.
so you've already done that one. Now you're on to the next. Okay, so
Yeah,
you have
already thinking on the next
We're
one.
good. Yeah. Okay. True fish keeper. You.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can be done with duct tape and styrofoam.
Oh yeah, man.
See.
They're very
Crafty.
creative with those things, you know.
Crafty. Yep. See.
I always loved arts and crafts, man. You know.
I did.
I'm sorry, Ozzy. You can go ahead. I just had to get that question.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. It's all gravy, baby.
I'll go over here and look at the new tank because I've been here. I'm sorry. I'll be back over here. I'll let y'all know when I got another question. When Ozzy doesn't say it either. You got all my questions. That's why I gotta look and see which ones. I'm sorry.
I love that Rob has a piece of paper today. Like you're usually like Rob will just like wing it, but Rob came guns blazing today, boy.
I mean, he technically had 2 weeks to prepare.
True, technically, yeah.
Boom.
Absolutely. Yeah, but my one question was like I know that you have said in a video that you were having trouble financially and you got into fish keeping after securing a proper career.
Yep, after I had a full-time job. I would never want to have a pet, regardless of what kind it is, that I couldn't take care of properly. So if I don't have the money to support what I want to do, I'm not going to start doing it.
Right.
So that's part of the reason I was
Yeah.
out, because I was in between jobs for so long. It was like I can't have a tank and not be able to get fish. Or did I just steal one of your questions?
Yeah.
I mean, you can still ask it.
Nope. Go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna ask it right now. There it goes. Why did you quit for the first time?
The first time. Because I was like 12. I'm trying to think why. I think
Okay.
all the fish just died, and the parents didn't want to have another. They wanted the tank
that's
on.
what I'm saying. Okay,
They
there
wanted
we
the
go.
tank
First
on.
time. There you go. Okay. Woo.
That's and I think that's commendable too, man. That's
Right. Yeah.
that really is.
Most people don't understand. Like you have to take back and step back and go, do I try again? Yeah, it's time to go in there because it's gonna happen. Sometimes I gotta learn. So that was a good question because I was like, he said he quit. I was like, I wonder if there's other times that a lot of people have quit the first time, because I've quit like one time when I've always been moving. I haven't had a fish. So
Yeah.
Until now. So yeah.
And you said Rob, you said you moved quite a bit too, right? The last
few
years.
have a lot. So I've
That's
always had a
gotta be-
beta until like I had to move and I couldn't have a fish at all. So it was just like,
Dude, that's
all
got to
right.
be so hard having all those fish and then having to move and move and move. And,
Yeah.
dude, I couldn't imagine that, dude.
I'm in
Nah,
that boat.
it's not bad at all.
I'm actually in that boat right now.
Oh, you're
I just-
moving soon?
Well, I got a job offer out of state, and all the apartments I'm looking at are like, oh, no pets, no fish. I found one that'll let me have 10-gallon tanks, but then I'm like, I would literally have to break tanks down. I'd have to have 5 tanks for one community to be broken down, and the cichlids I'd have to get rid of.
A 10-gallon?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, is that negotiable? They're like, no, our policy's 10. I'm like, I'll pay an extra deposit.
If I make it beautiful,
Right,
would you
yeah.
like it? Would you like
long-
it?
See, that's one thing I don't understand with apartments. Like, I mean, I do understand in a way, but they should be a little bit more lenient as long as you're paying a deposit.
Yeah, I was like,
You know
I would
what I
have
mean?
no problem paying an extra deposit for water damage or whatever. Not that there will be any, but I'd have no problem paying an upfront cost. But
And I'm promising you there isn't any water damage. You can come inspect it. I want people to look at my tanks.
so yeah,
And then they'll look at you and go, weirdo. I want people looking at that tank. What?
so yeah, that'll the tanks will definitely go into my decision making process on if I take the new job or not.
Right.
Right. Well, what's the job, if you don't mind me
It's
asking?
building substitute job up in New Hampshire. I'm currently a building sub in Connecticut, but this one pays
cool.
slightly more and has healthcare included, which my current one doesn't.
Oh,
So,
Lord. Wow.
Got some pros and cons to weigh.
Yeah, you got some tough decisions to make soon here.
I don't know. Not take the job.
I'd not take the job.
God,
I mean,
we
yeah,
got
if
some
you weigh out
comedians
those,
up in here.
you know, but I'm sure there's more pros and cons to it than what you're.
Oh yeah, there's
saying,
way more than
you know.
that. But like I said, they're gonna have to play a factor because I've got so many tanks now.
Yeah, so I mean, where, if you don't mind me asking this again, like what are you leaning towards?
Probably no, but for the reason that most of the money I'd make would go to rent. And then I'd
Right.
have no money to feed myself.
Yeah, you're starved to death. You don't want that, you know?
Well, I could do the ramen noodle diet.
Ramen
Yeah.
noodles and hot dogs.
Yeah, you
No,
don't want the crackhead diet, you know. but I see that your inspirations is pretty cool. You got KG Tropicals, Aquarium Co-op, and Rack.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are three hard hitting inspirations.
Yeah, I stumbled on the co-op. I think I was looking for like a filter video or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I stumbled on Corey's, I think his hot rodding hang on back filters video or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I just started watching more and more videos, and then I just went and got sucked down the rabbit hole that is FishTube.
Oh yeah, yep. I know that very well.
You know, because of what's going on, I was out of work from March to June, or so I was able to just be on YouTube all the time and watch everybody's channels.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. You know, and
This is going to be a good question sooner or later.
you know,
This
I gotta
question
give.
right here. They're setting up a breeding rack in the apartment office. Look at this. Like, come on. Think about this. If there was someone that was putting up people's tanks and they breed for profit and they put like a live burying fish in there, and every time they come to service the tank, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of these to the shop. That would be so legit and kind of messed up. But you know,
Who would notice? They wouldn't notice. That's a good point.
And you saying I'm just making sure the population doesn't overran.
Yeah, population control, Agenda 21.
English get overran. Okay, I'm gonna get away from that. Let's move on.
But I gotta give credit where it's due, because when I started watching KG Tropicals, they started. Well, they had their store failed, but they never stopped grinding, and where they're at today as a couple, because I do my channel is all about fish keeping as a couple, as a family. I gotta say, man, I gotta give them whatever they're doing is working. And they're definitely an inspiration. You know,
They are. And now I've become friends with Lisa now. We talk all the time on Instagram and Facebook now, so it's great.
yeah, she is super nice too.
She is.
She is really, really nice person. I see you also have a live, switching gears a little bit, but you got a live with Chattanooga Ed now?
Yes, every Friday at around 4:10, 4:15 Eastern.
Oh, cool. Why so early, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, when we were starting to talk about it, I was looking for a day in the fish streaming schedule that wasn't super packed, where there was an opening, and it worked with Ed's schedule. It worked with mine, where once I was back in work, I could still make the streams.
Right.
And because there were people at like 6 and 7, so we didn't want to take those time slots from them.
Right.
So it just kind of fit perfectly.
Yeah, and I could understand that, because I can relate to that. It's hard because you don't want to step on anybody's toes. You know
Right.
what I mean? Do we steal another question, Rob? See, I feel bad. Oh man, what's that? I'm 3 for 3 now, right?
No.
I love Rob. He's a good kid, man. He's good people.
This is ridiculous.
Oh man, this is great. Go ahead, Rob. I know you got another question lined
No,
up.
I don't. They're all gone now. They literally are. They all are. That I just have big handwriting, so it looked like I had a lot. I didn't. I just have big handwriting, and it was all slanted because it didn't have lines. It's horrible. And also, I lost it. I don't know where it went. It probably went under one of these things.
Yeah, you shot it to your right, I think.
It went this way and that way. It went really everywhere.
It's a tornado effect in there.
It's all bad.
Oh man. Oh yeah. By the way, Lefty, I got a bone to pick with you, man.
Uh-oh,
About not choosing Bruce Leroy for the contest.
Oh no! Oh no!
I got to get at you on that one, brother.
You should have told me this before I put him on here. Now I got. Oh no! Oh no!
I can. It's a communal decision. It's like we vote like the Olympics, so we all get a score and.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as you don't do a Steve Harvey and announce someone else winning and not.
Oh yeah. Yo, that was so embarrassing. I don't know who was that more embarrassing to, the lady that she thought she won, or for him.
I think him.
Honestly, it's a mistake, but not that hard. You could have simply just like, hold on, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting old on y'all. And he's a comedian. He could have like, hold on, I don't know who truly this is. I just glanced at it, so you know.
Yeah, that was like one of those really cringeworthy, like TV moments. You know what I mean?
That was kind of messed up, though. You're right, Lefty. That was messed up. It was on him. Raul back. No, you got any more questions? I just shot mine somewhere.
I love it. I got here that you started a shrimp tank. Is that true?
Yes, I just started a shrimp tank over the weekend, this past weekend.
Nice. What kind of shrimp you got right now?
They are orange neocaridina.
Oh, nice. That's the same ones I had, but now I got cherry red.
I had cherry reds. They didn't do too well, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our oranges we sold some, then we got rid of the rest. They just weren't. I think there were too many generations in, and they weren't like producing well. So we we got some cherry reds that are doing really well.
Yes, I've had shrimp in the past, but I've never had a dedicated shrimp tank before. So I'm trying a dedicated shrimp tank, see if I can breed them, add those to my repertoire of fish that I can sell.
Right. Oh, so you sell fish too?
I do.
Oh, nice. What do you got on deck?
I have 2 strains of guppies. I have purple blue mosaic guppies, and then I have orange tiger mosaic guppies.
Oh, nice.
I'm selling those on Get Gills and on Guppy Guru's website, Our Fish Collective. And then I've also got some plants on there as well.
Nice. We got to talk after we're off air.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see some pictures.
All right. I think there's pictures on my Instagram, but I can hit you up with some.
Yeah, for sure. What's your Instagram?
Same thing, Lefty3213A.
Yep.
All my stuff's the same. Yep.
So listen, I'm gonna make it a rule now from now on. No one talk about shrimp on this dang channel until I breed some dang shrimp.
That's so weird. That's so weird to me, Rob, that your shrimp has never bred.
I don't know, man.
That is crazy, bro.
I got a lot of boy shrimps. That's what it is. I think that's what I got. Yep.
No, because remember when we had that conversation though? Yeah, I think it was because of your water.
I don't care. I done age water with this thing, and Haley even gave me some pregnant shrimps, and they didn't even breed.
That's rough.
What?
That's
don't
weird.
Lefty. That is horrible. For people who can breed shrimp, my hat's off to you. Okay.
I see. And we had Lefty. We had this conversation about a couple months ago, and I seen this man in a video scraping. He has like an obscene amount of calcium in his water. like his water is so freaking hard it looks like rocks on his tank.
Dang.
You know, and I really do think that has something to do with the shrimp aren't breeding.
Might.
You know what I mean? But
I
I mean,
Mine-
I could be wrong. What's your take on that?
I mean, I imagine it could be anything. I mean, I have the opposite. Mine's super soft water, so I haven't had run into the high calcium problem.
Yeah, so is ours too up here.
So I actually added some crushed coral to it just to make sure they had some calcium for their exoskeletons.
Right, for sure.
So hold on, are you telling me my water is perfect and this still ain't working?
I mean, there is such a thing as too high and too hard.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bro, yeah, bro, I've never seen water that hard, bro. Like seriously, when I seen you scraping that off your tank, bro, like I was like, holy ish. Like seriously, I never seen nothing like that before, bro. Ever.
Okay, think of this: when you do a water change and you don't see that little white film of calcium until like 6 or 7, water changes later, right?
Mhm.
No, some people will see it instantly, like me. You will drain the tank, and before it's even filled, you'll start to see that white film just go across. You're like,
wow,
is it already calcifying already? You literally
that's
will
crazy.
You go, whoa.
Like I don't understand. Like, how come? Like, where does your water come from? I know it comes from the reservoir,
The earth,
but or a well. Like, what is it? Well water or
city.
Oh,
like city water?
Oh, if it came from the well, I wouldn't even have prime. That would be less expensive on me as a fish keeper for some people.
Right.
I mean, some people still kind of put prime in there. I know people are still cautious because their water may be contaminated by a field or something over somewhere that may be the issue. But I mean, some people don't. But nope, city. So it's super hard.
Wow.
Yeah, she's in St. Louis. So yeah, or in East St. Louis. So yeah, she's in the Midwest. Pretty much anybody in the Midwest area of the Indiana and Arkansas and all that it's pretty bad.
Wow, I'm thinking it's because the terrain must be different.
We got a lot of limestone here.
Limestone. Yeah, that would definitely do it. That right there is just like one of those things where it's like, damn, I'm stuck in this part of the U.S. You know.
Got another question. Go ahead.
I got a question.
Okay.
That's sweet.
All right. So you like some betas because we've already established that you went from a freaking cichlid tank to starting a beta sorority first. Is there any plans on getting wild betas? If not, do you have any right now?
I have some right now.
Did I just spoil some?
Oh no, I did a video on it like a month ago.
Okay, so I probably didn't catch that one. So
no, when the sorority tank failed, I gave it about a month just to make sure nothing else was going to go wrong with it. Kept an eye on the other fish and the whatever snails and stuff that are in it, and they were all fine. So I emailed Dan at Dan's Fish, and I'm like, "What wild bettas do you have that can go together in like a community wild betta tank?" And he gave me a list, and I was like, "Okay." So I placed an order. So now I have a wild betta community tank.
Nice.
And they're doing great.
Okay.
I bought a glass hood for it since they are jumpers, but Amazon and glass hoods don't work so well. So it came and it was shattered. I picked up the box.
No.
It sounded like a rain stick when I tilted it.
Oh man.
So I just took a piece of cardboard from their box and I cut it to fit the hole I needed to cover. And then I wrapped it in black electrical tape and just stuck it in there.
Yo, thanks, Raul. He said the tank behind me looks dope.
You shattered
Thank you.
a whole light.
It came shattered.
Oh, it came shattered.
The hood came
I would have
shattered.
been upset as hell, man. I would have been like, yo.
I picked it up and I'm like, this does not sound good.
You're like, oh, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, you ever seen 4-year-old Virgin when he was carrying the TV out to the car and he just threw it in? You could hear like the glass breaking in there.
Yes, yes. Another movie I was young and I shouldn't have been watching.
That came out in 2005, though.
I was in the 6th grade, fool.
Really? Oh yeah. Wow. Damn, I'm old again. Damn.
I think I was in 8th grade.
Bro, I was a grown man, bro.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it,
because
y'all.
I work at elementary school. We dress up for Halloween for the kids, and my principal was like, "I don't know if you saw the email, but we're dressing up as people from the '80s." And I said to her, "I said, you realize I wasn't alive in the '80s, right?"
I hate when they do that theme. I'm like, I was born in '93, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
Bro, the 80s, all you need is a nice comb over and a mustache and some weird looking sweaters and corduroy, you'd be straight.
Get a wig.
Hashtag baby. Who has a baby?
I think she means we're babies.
Yeah, you guys are
We
babies.
were born before
I'm not
the,
a
after
baby.
the 80s.
Oh, see, look, I'm over here thinking who got a baby. See, you can't throw the word baby at me no more because I don't want no more baby. That's another word that's banned on this stream.
Slimpy babies.
Except for fry. Fry. If you want to say babies for fish, it has to be fry.
Word. We can't say baby fish fries.
I mean, get PTSD when you say baby around me. I'm like, oh, no.
So what you said?
I was married the first time in the 80s.
Oh man, I heard that.
We're 94.
That must have been a heck of a wedding there. A wedding during the 80s. Word. Corduroys was the 70s. Yeah, and the 80s too, because I used to wear corduroys in the 80s. I seen a lot of people wearing them too.
No, wait a minute. You are not gonna pass that up. You used to wear corduroys, G?
Yeah, when I was a kid. Yeah.
No. Did you make sounds on them when you walked?
I don't remember. I used to climb a lot of trees though.
Did you start a fire when you did? Like, come on, man.
Probably climbing a tree. I think
on the way up, dude.
That's why my rap name is Octane, bro. So I set fire on everything.
Look, those things. Look, you had to put those outside. Those could set a fire in the house, bro. The house catch on fire. That thing is instantly going up, man.
Yo, it's kind of like the Stephen King movie with Drew Barrymore, Firestarter. You remember that one? Damn, I'm old.
Hashtag fry. There we go. We are hashtag frying it up.
Frying it up, baby. Frying it up.
Not babies.
With some fire from my corduroys, baby.
Oh my goodness. Goodness. You got
Candy
another.
puppies.
I think I got another question somewhere on this.
All right.
Thing somewhere.
See, he's got like 30 questions on that thing.
No, I'm telling you, look. I'm sorry. Look.
Bro, it looks like you're cheating on the exam.
Like it's actually a lot of questions. They just huge, okay?
Bro, you sure it's not your grocery list?
Because I didn't know what I was doing. Come on, man.
Yo, Rob's just using his grocery list, pretending that he has a list.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
What is it, Rob?
About hairspray. What up, Salty?
Salty Reef is in the building.
Musical chairs.
I like that. Well, you're keeping it fresh that way,
Dang it.
Oh, now he lost the question.
I got a question.
Okay.
Go ahead. What is it?
I see you like to do reviews on fish food.
Nice.
What food? Because there's always a food that everyone wants to look at or look for. Yeah, see, a lot of people like this is the new trending food for a lot. I mean, it has been around for a little bit because I was when I first was looking for fish food when I started, I would see Extreme at Walmart.
Oh wow!
Or not actually at Walmart, but on the website itself.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking, okay, so me looking at fish food from when I first started back in the hobby or getting back into it, some of the fish food you start to feed your fish. What are some of the ones you are feeding now and some of the ones you're looking to and to feeding soon?
Well, I went with my old staple of the Tetra Tropical Flake.
Okay.
So, that
What
was using
brand
that
is it?
one. It's just the Tetra Tropical Flake. Just the regular
Oh, okay.
Tetra.
Okay. Word.
That's
I thought that
actually
was breadcrumbs at
This is
first.
the color one. Yeah, this is the color.
this is a
one.
50-50 mix now of the color and the regular Tropical Flake.
Oh, that's even
The
better.
newest food I just added to my collection was the Omega 1 Color Mini Pellet.
Nice.
Another food I can feed the bettas and guppies and stuff. The food I use the most is probably the bug bites now. I love the bug bite granules.
Yeah, bug bites are definitely, that's what's up. Oh, you got some too, Rob? Word.
That's why I had the question, because he feeds the same thing I do.
That's what's up.
Boom.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
also,
the first time I tried bug bites was I was sent a sample by Keith from KJE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sent me one, and I was like, "Yo, the guppies are going crazy over this." You know, it's good stuff.
I've also fallen in love with the Hikari freeze dried line lately.
Okay.
Yeah, Kari's a good brand too.
I
Definitely.
love Akari. None of my fish
Definitely.
foods are eat the extreme fish unless mixed. Wait a minute.
See, my fish don't like the extreme food either.
Oh, time out. Wait a minute. We are on another subject. Oh, it's about to get hot up in cheer because everybody's about to get heated. Because look, listen, fish food is like a for real debate with me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can talk about fish food all day.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
For a lot of people to say it's good, because my fish eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does your fish eat everything besides extreme?
The only other thing they did not like was the Omega 1 shrimp sinking pellets
Okay.
and the Tetra freeze dried bloodworms. Other than that, they've eaten everything else. I've given up.
Okay. Because I always also analyze it as well as like, if it's literally that one food that they just don't eat, but they eat everything else, like you throw in the tank, you're like, okay, maybe it's just that food then. Even if you try new foods.
Right.
Okay, so I was just getting a feedback from your perspective of, just doing that, because I do want to try it myself. So, okay, good to know. Awesome.
That's what's up. By the way, I want to answer the question of Secret History. Yeah, I've seen Cat's Eye. That's a classic. Cat's Eye is dope. If you guys haven't seen Cat's Eye, I recommend you watch it.
Oh, Nibs. We got to change. Oh, Nibs. So hard to say some words when you're like, does that really sound good to other people outside of the fish
They own
community?
it, tabs.
Nice.
So, like, if you're on a conversation walking through your work and you're like, man, I got to go stop and get some O-Nib tabs. You're like, what did he just say? You gotta go get some, what?
Your nipple tabs.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You got to get some new nipple tabs? What?
You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I got to go get some tabs for my old nipples.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I walk by somebody, like, if somebody was walking by, I was like, oh, man, I got to go get some bloodworms. I'm like, I know they're feeling. But in any other person, like mindset, if they have mechanic, they'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm about to go get some O-Nib tabs. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to follow them. Where's the club at, dude?
Oh, man, it's hilarious.
But yes, Candy is correct. I bought the co-op out of their ONIP tabs when they were discontinuing them.
Hold on, time out. You bought it out of the place, dude?
All the ONIP tabs they had left on the website, yep. Because they were
That was
changing the
kinda
formula.
That was kind of like the episode of Seinfeld when what's her name bought all the bought all of that
I remember that.
what was it, the sponges with Elaine? You guys remember that episode?
I remember the clip of it.
Bro, she had like her whole closet was filled to the top of the sponge because they discontinued it.
So you took the whole thing.
That's
well,
awesome.
somebody beat me to the normal size of the regular one, so I went with like the 200 and something count.
So
But
you
I
were going
bought
to do
them-
more damage.
I bought them out of the spirulina one they had, the green one, the veggie one.
Yo, you never found out who it was?
No. Like, well, Corey was like, Corey announced on stream they weren't going to carry it anymore because the formula changed.
Man.
So I was like, okay, let me buy some. And then I was like, you know what? Let me buy all of it because even Amazon doesn't have the old formula.
Oh man.
Uh,
So I have
Wow.
enough to last me like
can see
3
why.
years.
Yeah, you're good. You got some. You know, just keep use it moderately. You know.
I can see that.
They're perfect for if
Word.
I have to go out of town. I can just tell the people who are watching the fish per tank.
Oat milk tabs are highly
Yeah.
endorsed by marathon runners who like loose t-shirts. Joe Coffee with, like I said, that was that. We have so many jokesters here.
hmm
Fish terms are so dirty.
Yeah, they can be. If
Scrapers.
you,
I heard
you
a
know?
lot of the scrapers. A lot of people have been hyping the scrapers up though for bottom feeders. Even fish.
My like my shrimp and my coolie loaches, they love those things.
This
man.
is why I'm having a bad, hard decision because he said it's awesome, and he just said he had a bad experience. Well, not a bad experience.
Well, mine was with the krill flake.
Oh, okay. So it's
So,
okay. So we're good.
I haven't tried. I want to eventually try all their stuff.
So do they have the same formula for each one? Because I know some of them have the same formula and just alternated a little bit depending on what it is.
It's a good
I gotta
question.
look into that.
I
I gotta
everyone
look
told
into
me I
that.
should
Yeah.
use like the community flake.
Okay.
My bettas didn't like the betta pellets either at first because they're a little too big for them, so they have to kind of chew on them and spit. They were constantly chewing them and spitting them out, chewing them and spitting them out
Okay.
because they're just slightly too big.
Right.
Right. They gotta like let it sit in a tank so it can,
Yeah.
get soft. And then they start eating them.
So now they don't mind them as much, but it took 6 months of me trying to feed them the food for them to like it and just eat it right away.
Right. Yeah, there's some foods that our guppies are fussy about, and Bruce Leroy, he's definitely really fussy too. So I guess at the end of the day, it depends on how your fish is,
Yeah, it all comes down.
Yeah.
All fish are different, so it all comes down to that.
Yeah. I just
You
want to
know,
get your intel on that.
Yeah, so some fish, they'll like Rob said, his fish will pretty much tear anything up,
No, there was actually one thing they did not eat at all.
What's that?
Tubifix.
What
They
was
did
it?
not eat the Tubifix.
They didn't like these.
Oh, really?
Not that version.
Oh,
the
okay.
version, the Tetra Tubifix ones.
Oh, see,
that came in that dry freeze.
yeah,
nasty-
I'm convinced that the Tetra freeze dried stuff is like a subpar quality.
Yeah, like you said, that's just. Whew.
When I did feed it to one betta that would eat them, he just got super bloated from eating it, and I was like, okay, I'm not feeding this anymore.
Yeah, that's even when I had it soaking in water. Because when you first started out fish keeping, you essentially think, oh, I just throw it in the tank and then go. No, and then you realize, oh no, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to pre-soak it. Some people throw it in there, either or.
I do both.
Right.
Yeah, right. So either or. So in the end, you're like, oh my goodness, my fish looks like they're just suffering. Like they're like, oh, I can't move, but I am. So then I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna. And then some of the fish that didn't even eat it, it just sat up at the tank. Just
Yeah.
Do you guys like feeding vegetables?
I've tried vegetables a couple of times. Mine really don't take to them.
Really?
Yeah, even the
Wow.
pleco, he doesn't really eat any live fresh veggies I put in the tank. So I just kind of was like, this is kind of pointless, and just stopped.
Oh wow. Yeah, we put cucumbers before, carrots, some lettuce, like green beans. They love green beans. Like my fish, they'll tear any veggie. We're lucky, because any veggie we put in there, they'll just tear it up.
Yo, are you running out of questions, dude? You better not go quiet on me. You better not go quiet on me. I gotta start doing some questions out of my rear.
No, I was gonna let you go. I gave you an opening.
No, don't give me an open because I'm Okay, so as of right now, how many tanks are you up to?
I believe 18.
See, look, look. You know you're a real fish keeper when you look up and go, I think, but
I think
maybe more, maybe less. You never know. Let's just
it's
count.
estimated between 18 to 35.
Somewhere between 18 and 20. Yeah.
There we go. See, look.
There you go.
There we go.
That's awesome. Hey, you live in a house right now or just an
I do.
apartment?
Yeah, I live with my folks still.
Okay, see, you got an advantage there, you know.
Good luck moving. Yeah, good luck moving. I've done it before. It's
I've moved a fish tank once and it was only a 20-gallon, and even that was frustrating.
Oh yeah, man.
So
those can be a pain in the butt, you know.
I can't imagine if I move and take all these tanks with me. It's gonna be a lot of 5-gallon buckets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you would have to hire like professional movers for all that.
Yeah, my forever home's getting a 300.
Word.
I'm hoping that if we do have it, I can just drain the tanks down, put the fish in buckets for the trip wherever it is, and then my dad and I will be able to just slide the tanks onto a piece of plywood so we can hold the plywood, and then just carry it with substrate to the car. And
yeah, that's a good idea too, right there. Yep.
Or like John was going to do, rent those suction cup things.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just, dude.
Moving is strategy, y'all. It is truly strategy. From those who have lesser than 5 tanks or more. I mean, even with 5 tanks, it's strategy regardless. I mean, even 1 tank is strategy because you got to think where you're going to put it. You got to make sure that's the solid area. You're going to make sure the tank is somewhat established before they're getting there. So you want to keep them in buckets, but you got to continuously do water changes. It's strategy throughout the whole process. Like some of the videos, you don't even see the strategy that shows like, oh, I did have this scene where I was going to do this. Not I had to do it this way because it was horrible. Horrible strategy.
For sure. It's all about strategy when it comes to moving with that, man. And always say work smarter, not harder.
That's what my dad always said too.
You know, that's one of the best pieces of advice you could ever get, you know. Why break your back when if you could find a better way to do it?
Yeah, and you'll learn from the first time too.
For sure, man. Like
I was lucky enough with the 20-gallon. We drained it about halfway. We just picked it up and we carried it to the car, put it in the trunk. The fish were still in the tank. Nice. I drove 500 miles with it in the back of the car and they were fine.
Oh wow. Even with a sudden stop, it didn't have enough water to.
I drove very gingerly that time.
Yeah.
And I was lucky there weren't too many stops. There were just like dead traffic.
Yeah. Dang, you said you drove 500 miles. Where were you coming from?
I was going from Connecticut to Northern Maine for college.
Oh wow. Where'd you go to college?
University of Maine at Presque Isle, University of Phoenix, and Southern New Hampshire.
Nice.
Oh, dude, that's a lot of colleges.
Well, I didn't finish one. I got an associate's from the other, and then I got a bachelor's and master's from the last one.
It's nice, man. I heard Maine. I never been in Maine, but I heard Maine is a beautiful state from what I've seen in pictures and everything.
If you like the outdoors, it's a great state to go to.
Definitely, man. Only thing Stephen King makes Maine seem like a wicked place to go, you know, like Gary and Banger.
That is awesome.
But yeah, Maine is beautiful though, man, and Vermont too.
Well, you know why I don't like going up that area?
It's too cold for you.
There's Patriot fans up there.
Oh, see,
that's I'll tell you don't like the Patriots, huh?
Oh no, I mean it's not a rivalry anymore. They whoop us all the time. So,
who's your team?
The
Colts.
Who else? If I say I hate everyone say they hate the Patriots, so that's true.
I don't even like the Patriots.
Right.
Yeah,
See, look, so
like whenever it was like the Patriots against the Giants and the Red Sox versus the Yankees, Connecticut would just be like cut in half. Northeast with Massachusetts would go that way, and then
one week,
with the New York teams.
Yep,
That's
I'm
how
a
it is
New
with
York.
Purdue and IU here because they're
Yeah,
the
I'm pro New York. I'm pro New York, man. I'm a Giants fan.
same.
I'm
Oh, you
also
started something. Uh-oh.
and a Mets fan too.
Oh, see, that's why he didn't pick Bruce Leroy. Sorry. That's why
Bruce
he lost.
Leroy is a Mets fan too.
He got off. Oh, well, no, see, I like the Mets when Mike Piazza was there.
Yeah, Mike Piazza was the shizzle.
Yeah, that was when he was, back in the day. So that was like I like the Mets back then. So
Yeah, the Mets were good when they had Darryl Strawberry.
did you make that name up, or is that a real name?
That sounds like a real name that I
Yeah,
remember.
that's a real name.
Really, that's a cool name.
He was one of the best. One of the best players, I think, in the 80s. It was really good.
Nice.
I never was really a Yankee guy, though. I don't know. I always liked the Mets better. They're underdog team.
I had two friends growing up that were Mets fans. Everyone else was Yankees.
I think if you like the Yankees, you just were a bandwagon.
Yeah, you just jumped on the bandwagon because they always won all the time. That's when they were winning all the time.
Yep.
You gotta love those fans, right?
Well, they had the money to build a super team.
Yeah.
Just like the Patriots. The Patriots too. Yep. They the more rich the more for all the money the Patriots spent though, they should have won more and more championships, for the kind of money that they spent.
Well, because they were getting caught cheating all the time.
Yep, deflating balls and all that stuff, man. Like, come on, man.
I'm not saying that because I don't want to get sued for saying that they did, but there's always an asterisk on.
Allegedly.
I got to quote. I got to quote and unquote that because someone quoted that a long time ago. You can't sue somebody when they were young and they heard that.
Yeah, and somebody said it already.
Statute of limitations, Penal Code 223.
Penal Code, somebody said it already. Somebody else said it.
All right, look, listen. We have had too much fun. I'm talking about so much fun. 57 minutes, y'all.
Already.
57 minutes. First off, I want to thank Lefty for being on the stream and literally making everyone. I guarantee you somebody's cheeks is hurting right now. And
thank you, brother.
No point intended on any of that. If y'all have dirty mind.
Nobody was thinking it till you said it.
Well, I always say it, so.
What, that cheeks are hurting?
Because we got youngsters that say cheeks for other things, for slang.
Cheeks are hurting. Bun intended.
Killing them. Thank you so much. It was an honor to have you on here. Oz, you got anything else to say to Lefty?
Hey, man, I just wanted to say thank you, man, to Lefty, and a really, really, really nice getting to know you on a personal level. We hope to have you on soon again, man.
Yeah, super
time
fun
to come. So hope to see you next time, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, for giving us an hour of their time, and we appreciate it, man. Like always, make sure whatever you do in life, you go all in, y'all.
You know it, and as always, everyone, thank you for the love and support for those who are in the chat and those who are watching this replay. I did not address that in the beginning because I know those who are watching the replay. I thank you so much, and for those who are my mods, throwing those links out there and getting people engaged in this. As always, I appreciate y'all hands down because y'all take care of it every single week. And as always, I appreciate that. We will see y'all next week. Take it easy, everyone. As always, be kind and be courteous.
That's